Man. Dude, it's over! Was it worth? Dude, this could have been like the game of my life if the writing was just a bit better. Literally so much lost potential, dude. Man, holy shit. 10 freaking years. 10 freaking years and I finally got closure, dude. I still had a great time and I had a lot of fun. But if you're not like me and you didn't play every single game and you didn't have this attachment to all these characters and you just played this, I feel like you just be sitting here going, what's the big f***ing deal? The game looks great, it plays pretty nice, the combat is, I don't think it's as deep as they kind of sold it. Only giving us 3 slots to put skills in is dumb. They should have let us have more skills on the bar, and then we could have really gotten way more complicated with the builds and shit that way. 3 skills is stupid, because as soon as you unlock your speciality, that's basically all I did the whole game. I didn't deviate from it at all. Yeah, more skills or advanced skills. I agree. A lot of people were up in arms about not really directly controlling the companions anymore. They don't have HP. That's whatever. Like, I personally don't mind that change. I don't think it's that big of a problem. It does make combat feel a little bit trivial though, because you know that they can't really die, so there aren't really a lot of stakes in many of the fights. It's not that challenging. A lot of the writing in the game really doesn't help you get over that as well. The biggest problem is the writing and the pacing of the whole main narrative. I've said it before, but I'll just say again, I think, this is my opinion, that maybe they cut out a bunch of missions and stuff that you were supposed to do with just Varric at the start of the game, and maybe we weren't supposed to just drop into the beginning and be like, oh yeah, we found Solus already. The narrative would have been better served by Varric finding you after you did your big f up at the start of the game, because every background you pick there's a f up and there's a reason why you're disenfranchised from whatever organization you're in. So Varric finds you after the f up, or maybe you even play through the f up, right? Varric finds you. You go around, he's like, don't worry about it, kid. You're the best person for the job to, you know, do this. And you're like, all right, fine. I'm already f***ed up. I'll go help Varric. Then you go find all the companions. Then maybe you start chasing down Solus. Solus becomes a little bit more of like an antagonist for Rook, personally. And then they do the, we found Solus. We're going to stop the ritual. Oh shit, Varric's dead. Now this is all a lot more impactful. Sadly, they wrote a bunch of comics about the backstory. Bro, I love this franchise. I haven't read the comics of the backstory. I know a lot of people who are super into it like me have, but like even I haven't, and I fucking love these games. The whole Varric reveal, we called it like stream 1 or 2, like really early on. They could have baited us into thinking that it wasn't the case. You guys in the chat were suggesting like, come on solo missions with us, and then we think, oh, he's fine, don't worry about it. But literally we called that twist in the first stream. It was a great idea, just executed poorly. Again, like another problem with the writing. We talked about Tasha's character a lot. She's probably got some of the weakest writing in the whole game, which is a f***ing shame. It serves as like a detriment to all the people that are supposed to relate to her character and empathize with her whole story. My MB friends loved about half of Tasha's writing on that subject. I mean, the main problem that I have with the whole Tasha's writing is I know they're trying to explore gender in the world of Thedas through the Qunari, and it's like, well, the Qunari already have really interesting established lore about gender and how they don't care what you're born as. Your gender is dictated by the job that you do in society. So if you're a warrior, you're a male. If you do anything else, you're a female. When you already have this interesting gender dynamic, but then suddenly for whatever reason we've just forgotten about that whole part of society when it comes to Taj, it just feels really disconnected with what's already established in the universe as canon, and for whatever reason we've just decided to fucking ignore it. And it's just like, bro, you could have done this a really cool way. That it was just bad. I think Balara's character in the end turned out really great. I think that she suffers because her introduction quest is the worst one. She has the worst fucking intro, and that's like a really big feels bad. Harding's character writing sometimes was kind of inconsistent for somebody who's supposed to have worked in the Inquisition for 10 years. There was moments where she was going, wow, I can't believe they did blah blah blah, and I'm like, What are you talking about? You were like on the OG crew that fought Corypheus and got betrayed by Solus originally. Like, what are you surprised for? Like, you should be like one of the most experienced people like on the squad, and it just felt one-dimensional at times with her. Even like the really early scene where you walk in and she's crying because Varric has died, but then she's like, what are we gonna do? Like, we failed. And I'm like, the Inquisition went through like failure after failure after failure before they finally won. If you want to cry because you're grieving Varric, that's great, but don't cry because we failed this one time at the very beginning of the game. Like, that seems so odd. Why is Rook telling her chin up, we'll be fine? She should be telling Rook chin up, it'll be fine. Like, it should be the other way around. I think Emmerich has the best character writing in the game. Lucanus's character writing is pretty good. I think Nev's pretty good as well. I just feel like some of her VA's line delivery was not congruent with some of the scenes that she's in. Like, she basically like never yelled or got upset, even when we were fighting like her villain. It was weird. Oh yeah, the good pirates don't steal from other cultures. That was super weird. Why are we like commenting on modern day colonialism in this game? Like, it felt so out of place. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, I can get a bit of Isabella not wanting to steal from the Qunari again. Yeah, like she'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck with them again. How do you feel about the overall tonal change? It's kind of odd, especially after we just replayed all the original games. Like, did you notice in this game, none of the antagonists ever calls you a bad word. They don't call you a bitch. They don't fucking swear at you. They don't say fuck. Whatever. We played Dragon Age 2. Every motherfucker in that game is calling Hawk a bitch. Like, not a joke. Like, it just feels really off. Have fucking the villains be calling me names. I'm gonna call them names back. The other thing is, like, I really didn't like how in this game, the Qunari, which probably have one of the most interesting societies, got basically reduced to just the Antam, who are just terrorists because shut the fuck up, they broke away from the Qun and that's it. And there's no other like representatives of Qunari society who show up in a big way to be like, nah, fuck them, we're the real Qun, we're gonna help you save the world. Like, it's weird. If you only played this game, muscular Qunari equal evil devil people, twink Qunari the good guys. Yeah. As a longtime fan, my biggest gripes come with all the writing. It's so ridiculously inconsistent, it's wild. Everything else about the game, I really liked. This was still enjoyable and fine. I wish the combat was deeper than what they did. But other than that, I don't mind that it was less open world than Inquisition, because real talk, Inquisition has like 8 to 10 giant zones and they're all wilderness and they're basically filled with like nothing. So I really liked that there was a wilderness areas and there was city areas. It was more variety. There was more stuff to do in them. Mira, I'll be honest, is this still dark fantasy? I don't think it's been dark fantasy since Inquisition. That really wasn't dark fantasy either. It had dark elements, but I feel like the last dark fantasy Dragon Age was Dragon Age 2. Obviously the first game is grittiest. You've spawned in and there's like a fucking horde of darkspawn that's trying to destroy the world, and you're also basically like in the backwater of Ferelden. DA2 is like dark because you're in a different city and it has all the like organized crime elements to it, so you know everything was a bit more edgy and gritty in that way. DA Inquisition is way more politically focused, way more talking about like religion in the world. So it was less dark. The absence of David Gator, who is the original like writer and the creator of the universe, is resoundingly felt. He's gone and it fucking shows. The only thing they didn't resolve in this game is where the hero of Ferelden is. That's the only thing they really didn't go back to. So soft reset in a sense. Where do you think they'll go next? I think if they wanted to do something completely new, they should pick a different time period. You could do like the time of Andraste, on the cusp of the fall of the original Elven Empire, when they did the Exalted Marches. Or you could do something, explore like a setting we really haven't seen. Like, we could go to Palvolin and like actually like be in Qunari society. That would be fucking cool. Game of the Year, Mira? I don't think it's Game of the Year, dog. I love the game. It's not Game of the Year. But yeah, man, I got my closure after 10 fucking years. We got there, bro. All right, let me see if I get the fucking post-credit scene. I'll just skip. Oh shit!
The storm quelled. The sun.
Who the f is this?
The wolf. Defanged. At last. We have balanced. Guided.
That's f***ing Logan. Who the f is that?
Whispered.
Oh no, who it is?
And soon, the poisoned fruit ripens. We come.
Veilguard remains vigilant, huh? Who the f is this supposed to be? This will be the part where I'm like, what did they do to Dragon Age? Oh my
I
god.
hate them implementing this. That means everyone who is a bad person in the previous games, they wasn't bad by choice, they would be manipulated.
I don't know, man. It depends who the f they is. They're gonna retcon a new villain into being behind everything. It's gonna cheapen everything. I fucking hope not, man. Just do something else. God. Oh, man. All right, gamers, I need to go to bed. It's 2:30.